What kind of video are we gonna make?
Sexy time.
Hell yeah. La, la, la. It's penny battery. It's penny battery. Yo, so I've been getting into numismatics lately, and collected quite a few pennies. And I decided, from all these pennies I started collecting, I think I'm gonna make a penny battery. Our batteries will be constructed using pennies that are after the year 1982 because of their copper to zinc ratios. It'll be easier to sand down. More easier than, well, anything older. You'll sand for hours and never get past a copper surface. So what you're going to want to do after you gather your pennies is grab some sandpaper and start sanding them down. What I have here is the 50 grit sandpaper. Know this, that it will take a minute to sand all these down. I just start pre-sanding them down, and some of them are actually from a previous battery. I would actually suggest an electric sander. I have an orbital sander, but this thing is dildos and doesn't work very well, and it's 2:15 in the morning, so my roommates probably wouldn't appreciate it. So yeah, let's just start sanding these things down. Good enough. Use a sander. So after you're done sanding, what you're going to want to do is take your pennies and trace them onto a piece of cardboard. If you can help it, try making your cardboard traces a little bit smaller than the pennies. That way your electrolyte bridges do not touch between cells. After you're done tracing, just cut them all out. After you're done cutting out your pieces of cardboard, let them soak in your vinegar solution for a few minutes. While you're waiting, pet a doggy. Flipping your pieces also won't hurt either. Pet another dog. So after you put your pieces in the electrolyte solution, what you're going to want to do now is start stacking your pennies. Just like a battery, you're going to want a positive facing one side and negative on the other. So what we're going to do is put copper facing the top. So zinc facing bottom, positive, put an electrolyte solution, and repeat the process over and over and over until you compose a battery, such as this. Alright, grab your multimeter, turn it on to DC, 20 will suffice. Alright, time to check out your battery. Copper cathode, zinc anode. So then positive, negative. We're getting about 3.5 volts, 3.6, around 3. And just remember that electricity will take the path of least resistance. So if your bridges are touching, it's going to skip a cell and make your battery less effective. So I tape my cells together so it's just a little bit easier to, assemble and play with. Alright, now for the cool part. To actually see your homemade battery do some work. Copper cathode is negative, zinc anode positive. The longer leg on the LED will be your negative, and the shorter one will be positive. So put that sucker right in. You can see it. Let's turn off the light. And there you have it. Your homemade battery made out of nothing but pennies.